How are we doing today, guys? My name is Nate Miller. Today I'll be teaching you how to do 3 card tricks. They are generally easy card tricks. However, how I set it up, when you are performing them, they seem like they're more advanced card tricks. What you're going to need is just a regular deck. You don't need any doubles or anything. Also, you're going to need 3 dummy cards from the deck, a pair of something. I use aces in the card tricks. 4 queens and 4 kings. In the first trick, it's a pick a card trick, and the aces find their cards, so that's why I use the aces. What you're going to need when you're doing your dummy cards is you want them to be memorable. You want to memorize them, so in case you forget what you're doing, you still have confidence during the trick. So I use 3, 7, 10 and 2, 6, 8. You're going to take your 3 dummy cards. You're going to take the aces or whatever pair you choose, and you're going to put them flipped than every other card in the deck. So the aces are going to be facing up. You're going to take the rest of your dummy cards and you're going to sandwich the aces with them. So it'll look like this. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your queens and you're going to put them after the last 3 dummy cards. And then you're going to put that on top of the deck. And then you're going to put the kings on the bottom. For the first card trick, it's a pick a card trick. So you're going to be fanning the cards out. Because the aces are flipped over, you don't want to show that. That's why these 3 cards are here. So when you go like this, you want to just fan it out so that they aren't showing. If they showed, people would see them and the trick would be ruined. So you fan out the cards, and you start out easy and you just say, let's just do a pick a card trick. So they pick a card. In this case, it is the 8 of spades. You can put your cards back to normal. And you ask them to take their card, memorize it, and show their friends, or whatever. And you ask them to put it on top, and that's not very amazing. People are, you know where my card is, the chick are stupid. So you ask them if they want to cut the deck in half. Or you can do it. Usually they'll just let you do it. So and you can drop the cards so that you lose the placement of it. What you're going to do from there is you want to talk to them while they're doing this. You want to ask them how their day was going. I like to ask them their name. If I know their name ahead of time, I chose 2 aces, because people's names are usually start with an A. Or they'll say, I'm feeling good. I'm like, are you feeling amazing? Like, yeah, I'm feeling amazing today. You want to use the A for amazing or the A for Ashley. So let's say I'm talking to Ashley and she's feeling really good today. I'm like, you know, Ashley, you should touch the top of the deck twice. And if you're feeling really good, we'll say 2 aces are going to flip over. And you want to fan from the bottom and fan over and act like nothing's going to happen. And then 2 aces will flip over because when you fan it out, they didn't see the aces flipped over. And when you cut the deck, they'll be in the middle. And so that will their card. So you want to put the aces on the side. And what you've done is you reset the deck. On the top of the deck will be your 3 dummy cards. And on the bottom of the deck will be your 3 dummy cards and then their card. And that's the key. So I put the aces on the side and they'll be amazed and they'll think that's amazing. But you're like, that's not the trick. What you do is, like, usually a magician will cheat. So I'll take the top cards off, I'll take the bottom cards off, and while you're taking the bottom and the top cards off, you can even say, magicians, we like to use the bottom of the deck and the top of the deck. But I have no idea what your card is or where it is, but these aces that you flipped over do. So you put the ace on the top and the ace on the bottom, and you want to grip it in a way so that your pointer finger is holding their card, the bottom ace is being held by your other 2 fingers, and your thumb is holding the top one. And from here, gravity is going to do the rest of the work. You're going to launch it into your hand, but because you're gripping it like this, when you do, all the cards are going to leave, but their card is going to stay. And the aces have grabbed the card. And it makes it look like it shot out of the middle. So the aces will choose this card, and they'll be amazed. They're like, oh, that was crazy. What just happened when you did the end of that trick is you set up for the next trick. At the top of the deck is going to be your queens. At the bottom of the deck is going to be your kings. So when you do this, you want to leave these here and put your deck like this. And they'll still be talking about, like, how did that happen? And you want to take the garbage cards, or the cards you just used, and you want to put them in the middle of the deck so that you do not mess up the top of the bottom of your deck. Now for the next trick, when I was a server at a restaurant, there was always guys and girls, and I would do a trick with 2 people. So you'll take the deck that you just did the trick with, and they think that nothing is set up, and you'll set it in front of them and say, all right, ladies, you can take the top of the deck. We'll let ladies go first. You can use any gag you'd like, and the guys will take the rest of it. So And you'll ask them to hold the cards, and you'll say, let's make 4 piles. So go 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you think about it, her top 4 cards were the queens. So the first cards that go out are all going to be queens. And you can say, mix up the deck. And she thinks she's mixing up the deck, but really it's the bottom 4 are queens. So no matter how much whatever she mixes it up, they're going to be set up your way. Now the guys are on the bottom, so you have to pay attention a little more when they're doing it. They're going to make 4 piles, and you want to watch them, because sometimes they'll double up things, and you don't want them to double up. Just ask them to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the only thing you want to watch for when they're distributing the cards. When they're done distributing the cards, you'll have 4 piles, which they've touched the cards the entire time. You've never touched them, so people get really intrigued because they're like, he didn't do anything. And you'll say, all right, ladies, you went first. We'll make your bottom cards queens. And the guys will go, and you'll say, we'll make your top cards kings, just so they're different. When really, if you wanted the top cards to be queens, it would be something else. So you want to make sure that the girls go first so that you know where the bottom cards are. So you say, ladies, flip your entire deck over, and all of them will be queens, which is going to be really amazing to them because they think they mix up the entire deck. And then all the guys' cards will be kings on the top. And same thing, they'll think they've mixed up the entire deck. And they'll be really confused because you never touched the cards. You never did anything to the deck from the next trick. And it's really cool because you get the audience's attention because they're watching the other people. You never want to lose the audience's attention. Now, while you're picking up the cards, this is where I go into my next trick. I use the Queen of Spades for everything. I have a Queen of Spades as the background on my phone. I have a Queen of Spades in my wallet. I have dummy Queen of Spades everywhere. So when I'm grabbing the cards, I want the Queen of Spades to be on the bottom. From here, people are going to still be asking, oh, how'd you do it? And they'll be really confused. And you just want to mix up the deck and kind of, you can talk to them, no, you know what, you did it. You want to give the people who did the trick the credit. You want to make it seem like they did the trick because you never did touch the cards. And it just confuses people. So while you're mixing this up, you want to do a false shuffle. So you want to keep the bottom card, flip it down, and then shuffle. So it keeps your bottom card the same. If you know any other advanced shuffles to keep the bottom card the same, you can do that. For the next trick, I like to choose people who don't like to be chosen. I like to choose the person who's kind of in the back. Like, hey, you can do this card trick. And they'll be nervous, but all they have to do is tell you when to stop. It lets it happen so that not just one person is doing all the tricks. You want to choose different people. So I'll choose the shyest person because it's the easiest trick. What you want them to do is you want them to say, hey, choose a spot in the house, choose a spot in the restaurant, whatever. And all you're going to do is you're going to fan through the cards like this, and it makes it look like you're going through the deck, and they're going to tell you when to stop. When they tell you when to stop, you're going to do a bottom pull, which is very easy. And it'll look like this. It'll look like you pulled the random card where they told you to stop, but really you pulled the bottom card. You do want to practice this in the mirror or on your own time, because if you do it really stiffly, or really slow, it's obvious that you're pulling the bottom card. So you do want to practice that. So the person will go through it, and they'll tell you when to stop, and you'll pull a card, and there will be the Queen of Spades. And you'll say, all right, take these cards from me, mix them up, you can hide them, you can do whatever you want, you can take that card out of its spot, and you can leave the room. Usually when I leave the room, I like to make sure I have the Queen of Spades as the background of my phone. I'll switch it to that really quick. And then usually I'll have my wallet somewhere in the room before I leave. So it makes it look like I didn't set it up. So I'll come back and I'll be like, all right, you mixed it up. Sometimes they'll hide it on their person. It doesn't matter what they do. You have an extra card and you have it on your phone. So they can't trick you in any way. And you could come back and you could be like, oh, I could find your card. But it's not as amazing as what you could do. It's a really good trick because you can improvise as much as you want. So usually what I have them do is smartphones are the new thing. I'm like, you know what, my phone's really smart. We're going to see how smart it is. And I'll have them tap the cards and I'll be like, imagine your card as the background of my phone. And then I'll have them turn on my phone and the Queen of Spades will be on my background. And they're like, whoa, it was a random card. How did he get it on his phone? And then I'll make it even more interesting. I'm like, you know what, you hid that in there really well. And you can have your wallet over here or in your pocket. I bet you I can make your card appear in my wallet. You can rub it on your wallet. You can shoot it into the freezer. I froze a card in a ice cube once. I had a card at the bottom of a pool. I put the card on the top of the fan, and then I had them turn on the fan, and the card fell from the sky. So you can do whatever you want with this trick. You can use whatever you want. So I go into my wallet, and I'll pull out their card, and they think that they hid it in there really well. And they're like, whoa, how did you get it in there? So that trick is usually my finale trick because it's the easiest one to do. It seems like it's hard because you picked a random card, but you had control the whole time. But it's just an easy trick, and you can improvise it with as much as you want. That's what you want to do as a magician. You want to use your own twist on things, because you could copy any trick, but if you're not talking and keeping them interested and putting your own twist on it, it's never going to be original, and people can, obviously, if they've ever seen card tricks, they can guess what's going to happen. But those are my 3 card tricks. They're easy tricks. If you want me to make a video where I perform the tricks and you can see how I do it, I can definitely do that, but that is the setup. Have fun with the tricks, and yeah. I don't know what to say. Redzeless.
I like how they all kind of lead into each other.
Most people do card tricks. They know one card trick. And then they're like, gotta leave for a second. And on themselves like, oh, he's never gonna guess it. He's never gonna guess it. What? Put it at the bottom of the pool, and then I'll even have a deck of cards. I think I'm still recording. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. This cup over here has a design on it. It's Redzelous. It's an app that's going to be coming out soon. We're going to change the world. If you want to be part of it, download the app. I'll put a link over here. You can also get it online. Again, thanks for watching my videos. If you want to see more videos or if you have any requests, leave them in the comments below. Thank you. Bottom of the pool, and then what?